good morning everyone from Madeira again. It is day 3 of exploring the island and the weather is really bad these days. Like, we are pretty unlucky because even though it is the end of March, it's raining every day. So the weather is bad. There are also some flight cancellations these days, so hopefully we will not be affected when we come back home. And we want to do the most famous hike on the island, but it's raining a lot. It's very cloudy, foggy, so we are trying now to go to the viewpoint because it's raining just a little bit, and we will see the situation there. If it's bad or if it's very foggy, we won't do it today. We will do it on Monday, which is in 3 days, which is our last day in Madeira. Maybe it will be fine. I don't like leaving things on the last day, but if that's the only day when it doesn't rain, then yep. So right now on the screen you can see that the weather got better. It was not raining anymore and we could see this super beautiful rainbow. We also saw it over the trees, which was super cool. And right now we were getting closer and closer to Pico Arieiro. I'm sorry if I'm spelling it wrong, but anyways, the views, as you can see exactly right now on the screen, were getting so beautiful over the mountains. And I will give you now a spoiler, which is that we did not do the hike today because we were not allowed to. And actually one of my next videos will be about this hike that we will actually do on Monday, and we did it at sunrise time and that was the best decision ever. Okay, so basically the weather is much better now. It has not been raining, but we turned back because there was a police car blocking the road because probably the weather conditions there or on the trail are not good, and there were some cars going back from the trail that were covered with snow and ice. I think they're the people that went for sunrise, and while they were doing the trail, their car got covered in ice and snow, which is insane because it seems so, like, not hot outside but not that cold for it to snow. And we got turned back, so we are doing another hike today and we will try again for Pico de Arieiro, or how it's pronounced. We'll try again in the next days. You can see right now on the screen that the rainbow is back and it is so strong, so you can imagine what a nice view we had while driving to our next hike. This actually reminds me of our trip to the Faroe Islands, and if you've been there you probably know that it's so full with rainbows literally everywhere. Anyways, we chose this time to do the Do Risco and the 25 Fontes hikes, and because it was raining, in my opinion we did the right decision because this hike is my favorite one to do when it rains in Madeira because the waterfalls are so much bigger. But as you can see right now on the screen, the trail could be full of water and you will get your shoes wet, so be careful with your decision here. So today we are doing the 25 Fontes hike and it is already raining a little bit. The clouds are moving really fast. Like, right now we are seeing the trees very nicely, but around 15 seconds ago it was all covered in fog, so it is changing really fast. We have to walk on this paved road, I think for 1.5 kilometers or something like that. From what I've read in the reviews, there is some kind of bus that drives here instead of you walking here, but I'm not really sure about that. I didn't see any bus. Maybe it is rare, like hourly or something. You can read more about it if you don't want to walk these extra kilometers. But anyways, it is a very ugly weather today, and in general these days we are unlucky with the weather in Madeira, but it is still very beautiful. You can see the clouds and the fog. It's literally so fast. Right now I was just filming how fast the clouds were moving and they were so low, it looked really like fog at this point. But anyways, we were going down that road that I was talking to you about, and from reading on the internet I see that there is actually a service bus offered by the municipality and it costs 3 euros one way or 5 euros round trip if you want to avoid going down 2 kilometers and climbing up again 2 kilometers. But you can see that I am filming this road and it is super beautiful. We are seeing some small waterfalls or streams of water, and it was really pleasant, but be aware that on Sundays, from what I've read, it does not go, and I'm not sure if when we went it was Sunday or it was just a super bad weather, because we did not see any bus. So don't get your hopes too high that there is this service bus, because it could not be when you are visiting. Anyways, there were some other tourists doing this hike with us, but in general it was not crowded, probably also because of the rain. And you can see right now the beautiful birds that were there, and they were super friendly with everybody. We did not have any food for them. I'm not even sure if we are allowed to feed them, but anyways, they were super cute. And this is the place where the hike actually starts. And right now, if you're curious to read more about this, please feel free to pause this video. It's a lot of interesting information and you can see if this hike is for you or not. There is also a restaurant or a cafe here and the only toilet on the road, and this is actually where the bus takes you. Anyways, we have officially started the trail, and you can see that it starts by descending on some stairs that are very well maintained, and it was a little bit full of water, but nothing too bad. You will see later how bad it gets, because we basically had to go with our shoes in streams of water, but this is a spoiler. So all these things you will see in a few minutes along this video. If you find it interesting, make sure to keep watching. So we are still walking on the 25 Fontes trail, and I see that the Fonte de Risco, I think it's called like this, trail is on the same path as the one we're taking. And this path is taking us to a waterfall, so we are probably going to do both. Even if at some point they separate, we are still going to do both, because it's not such a long walk to also do Do Risco trail. There's a toilet at the bottom of the paved road if you need one, but it costs 50 cents. It's not that much, so just a useful information for you. And also there's a cafe, a restaurant if you want to eat something, if you're hungry. But after that, I don't think there's anything else on the trail, so if you need anything, just get it there. We're going with Risco first on this path. A little bit less than 1 kilometer, I think it is worth it. And look at this. So beautiful. So I left the original audio for a few seconds so that you could listen how peaceful walking around here is, and you can see that there is literally nobody around us. If you're wondering if Do Risco is worth it, in my opinion it is 100%, but you will soon see why, because the waterfall here is crazy. Anyways, this trail in my opinion is more beautiful with the rain, even if it's more inconvenient. Right now you can see that we stopped to have lunch and we had a few snacks and sandwiches. And say hey to Mike. So we have finally reached the Risco waterfall, and take a look at this. It is so insanely beautiful. And another waterfall over here, so you can see two waterfalls. I will show you the other camera because it is so insane. You probably thought that it was underwhelming from my selfie video, but you can see now that I'm showing with the other camera that actually this waterfall is so much bigger than it seemed earlier, and it is really so magnificent. I fully recommend you to also do the Do Risco trail if you're able to and if you have enough time, because it was really easy and it's not a lot of extra time. Honestly, I feel like I may like this waterfall more than the 25 Fontes one, which is really famous. But anyways, we were able to walk even closer to the waterfall. I have not filmed that, but if you look very carefully at the waterfall, you will see a tunnel there and you can get pretty close to it. I think that you are not able to get really to that tunnel, but you get to see the waterfall really close. Anyways, after leaving the Do Risco waterfall, I am filming right now the conditions of the trail to the other waterfall, the 25 Fontes, and for now it is still good. You can see the beautiful trees and everything looks like straight out of a movie. Anyways, if you're enjoying this video and if you find it useful, please don't forget to like it and also subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I also have a lot more videos coming from Madeira and from so many more other places. Anyways, as we progress on our trail, we will see multiple other waterfalls. For example, you can see here there are two different viewpoints and the first one is more beautiful. So if you are here, make sure you stop to take some pictures, because from the top, if I remember correctly, it was not such an amazing waterfall. It was just a beautiful view of the trees as you are seeing right now, but from the bottom we could see the river and the waterfall, and it was really pretty. And from here you can also see the Do Risco waterfall. I think that one really far away, but I am not 100% sure it is. But for now, let's just enjoy this waterfall that we have in front of us, and it was super beautiful. And here is the first place where it gets pretty wild. You can see the stairs and the water that is flowing down super fast. It is actually overflowing a little bit also on the trail, and here is the first place where you will get your shoes a little bit wet, but it's nothing too bad. It's just really interesting to see how you are climbing next to this super fast stream of water. And you can see also on the video how it was raining like on the trees. And now if you look closely, there is the path that we came from. And it's really cool to see it after you walked over there, but right now we reached the point where it gets difficult because of the water. You can see that it was full of water from that part on the right. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's actually present in all the Madeira Levadas. If you've also seen my other videos or other videos from Madeira, you know it's like this on all the Levadas. And here it's overflowing in so many places, and you need to be careful not to slip and also to minimize how wet your shoes will be. But it gets worse and worse, and when we will get close to the main big waterfall, there we all had a lot of difficulties. Anyways, when other people came from the other way, it was a bit difficult, but it was manageable. As you can see right now, some of us would just climb on top of that thing on the right and wait for the people to pass. And after that, one interesting thing is that the path divided in two different ones that are one way, which was really cool at first because we did not have to worry about other people coming the other way and not having enough space, because this trail really gets super small, as you can see right now on the screen. But that happiness did not last for too long because a lot of people were coming on the wrong way, and it was really weird because we did not have enough space and there were some dangerous parts that were not protected. For example, right now you can see that there is a protection on the left side, but there are a lot of places where it wasn't, so it was a bit weird. So if you're coming and you're doing this trail, make sure you respect the other people and you go on the right path. The other one is a bit more difficult. It is shorter, but it is steeper. Some people, maybe they just don't want to climb, but if you're going to do this hike, just do it right. So we have 500 more meters, and at the beginning of this trail there is a sign saying this is only one way because it is not safe otherwise. And a lot of tourists don't respect that, and they complain that we are on the way, and I find that absurd. So if you come here, please respect the rules because it is not that hard. It's for every person's safety. I don't like seeing tourists that don't respect rules in another country, so be mindful, be respectful, and just follow the signs, follow the rules of the free trail with free parking, because that's the least we can do here. So we have finally arrived at the fun part, and you can see how difficult it was to pass here. It was literally a mini waterfall, and it was also two ways because both trails united around here because we are very close to the waterfall, and you can see it is literally full with water almost everywhere. And look at it here, the stream of water was so fast. You can see that the people in front of us just decided to walk next to the water because it it was easier to walk over there than to walk on the normal trail. And at some point we also decided to do that, but not for long, because you can see that at some point not even that saved us, so we just walked on water. When you're getting really close to reaching the waterfall, you will see all these mini small waterfalls, and in front of them there is the big one, but it's really hard to see it because there are so many people and so little space, but it was still enough. So we came all the way over there. You can see people. Wow, it looks so far away, and we have to go over there, and here. That was pretty tough, but it was fun. And here's the parking. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it and also subscribe, and see you in the next video.